Welcome to the Sisterly Shove, a podcast designed to push you headfirst into the utterly unserious world of sports. Our goal is to make talking sports less intimidating. Whether you're a rookie, a seasoned pro, or a boyfriend just trying to keep up, we're your hosts, Cass and Emma. Let's give it a shove.
All right, episode 4. Let's get into like a little weekend recap. How was yours?
My weekend was pretty chill, honestly. I did some shopping. I'm going to Lisbon in
Love
3
that.
weeks. If you do the math there, I will be gone the first week of the season.
And we are going to be praying for you.
But trust, I will be watching.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out our recording situation. But
And trust we will. But what is the time difference there?
I think it's 6 hours ahead. But like
Okay.
the night games.
Okay.
The night games start at like 1 a.m.
We're going to be pulling some all-nighters, but you know what? We're going to get this out because...
No, I'm
dedicated
there.
to the
I'm
craft.
into it. Good thing I'm a fucking night owl. Like, I'm good. I definitely did not think that I would be recording. That wasn't a thing. I didn't know this podcast was going to be a thing when I was planning my trip to Lisbon. So.
Right. And you know what? You're going to be like a continental queen now. So go enjoy your fucking time in Lisbon. We are going to get it figured out. It'll be fine.
But yeah.
It will be fine.
So I just did some shopping for that. Hung out
Nice.
by my friend's pool today. That was
I love that.
pretty much it. How about you, Emma?
Mine was good. I had a little country wedding that I went to yesterday. It was very cute, very small gathering, less than 50 people, which I thought was very fun. And then they had their reception at the county bar. And let me tell you, a girl just ran pull tabs all night long. And it was one of those bars that you could like buy single cigarettes at. Didn't partake, which
that's surprising because one thing about you, is you love a drunk ciggy.
And that I do. But I'm trying to work on myself. Growth.
Hashtag growth.
We're trying. We are trying.
Hashtag do not need that cigarette.
No, do not need that. Unless I've had a flickin' Tito soda. And then sometimes I do hashtag need that. But other than that, it was pretty good. Very, very chill.
I love that. Okay, so let's get into this week's episode. Today we're going to start by, again, taking you back to the Secret Gardens, and we are going to share some players that we are personally avoiding, whether that be a justified reason or a seemingly unjustified reason. In my opinion, women are always right. We are always right. So
speak on that.
What may seem unjustified to you is very justified to us.
And I don't think we're wrong.
And then we're also going to be continuing our Divisional Dram segment. This is part 3, and we're going to be gabbing about the teams and their drama. And we're going to be covering the AFC South and the NFC West. So
yay.
Let's get into our Secret Gardens.
Yes. Okay. So the first player that I'm avoiding in the fantasy draft, like we said, maybe a little controversial, especially to our Dolphins fans that I fear that we were just hard glazing last week. But with that comes a little drama, and I will be avoiding Tyreek Hill. Now, to be so honest, I really just can't stand Tyreek Hill. He's not the greatest person in my eyes, especially.
What do you mean, baby daddy?
Baby daddy,
baby daddy, a little bit of derogatory
as hell, and a little bit of DV allegations surrounding him. I believe women, and so I will not be looking to taking him specifically for that reason. Also, though, last year his overall production was very lackluster, and I'm not really expecting it to be anything different, especially with this whole Eras tour that he's on, being God, my team flicking sucks, and I don't know, basically just being a little bit of a pick-me and being get me out of here, I just want to win. So I don't know, I don't think he's really, as we mentioned last week, establishing anything positive to team culture, and I just I'm avoiding that negative Nelly this year.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely there with you. I think as we covered last week with all of his comments at the end of the season being basically get me the fuck out of here, that's not setting you up for success with your team. And I think last year a big part of him not producing was because Tua was out for I think 4 games, but still Tua came back and you're still losing, and then you're I hate this.
Yeah,
that's not producing the kind of chemistry that you want. So I'm right there with you. And really, I mean, Miami is not projected to do very well this season.
Right.
So, and I would agree. Is your reasoning because he's a DV diva?
He's a DV diva, and
is that terrible? Is that terrible?
It's terrible, but it's true. Like, keep your hands to yourself, and, like, we could maybe have different opinions on this. So, yeah, I'm, like,
Right.
purely going off of that he's a shitty person,
I'm
and I
there.
think, like, the evidence of last season is just, like, reinforcing that for me. So, sorry, Mr. Hill, will not be drafting you. Right.
Okay, so kind of going off of that, the person that I will be avoiding in fantasy football is Harrison Butker.
Yeah,
And it's
period.
and like the girls that get it. Like, it is not because actually he is one of the best kickers that's probably on the lineup.
Available, right?
I will not be taking you. This is my protest. Harrison butt kiss my fucking ass. Sorry.
And, like, this guy fucking sucks.
He sucks. Just like horrible ideals, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
in my worldview.
The way
Not
he thinks we're
aligned.
living in Gilead, or, like, wants us to bring
Gilead!
us there. I mean, like, I don't know. Praise be.
Praise be.
Like,
Praise be.
praise be, this man gonna be off my fucking team. This guy, I don't even want to talk about him anymore, about just how horrible he
In
is,
fact,
and any more platform
can't
we're giving him.
Exactly. I can't
Yep.
give him this platform.
Wicked
So
next. The player that I'm going to avoid is Rashee Rice, the wide receiver 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a little, like, problematic of a take, I think, just because last year, I mean, he got hurt, but his production the first 4 games was amazing. But Mr. Rice is involved with a little bit of off-season drama. He unfortunately caused a high-speed crash in Dallas that injured 4 people, and he is basically waiting his disciplinary hearing on September 30th. So a bunch of drama within the league. They're looking to, like, suspend him for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy, but because his hearing isn't until September 30th, the NFL is allowing him to play in the first 4 games of the season. However, there's been, like, some rumors that once his hearing happens, that the NFL is looking to suspend him up to 10 games, and that is such a huge part of the season. So, I don't know. To me, I'm not wasting a high draft pick on him, even though he is the first wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs and he's projected to be fairly good. I just don't want him starting on my team for 4 games and then him being suspended for 10 games. Like, the math isn't working out in my brain.
yeah, for sure. I'm right there with you. Especially for such an early pick. You just don't want to have to, like, mid-season figure out who to pick up that's going to fill that slot for you
Right.
if he does get suspended for that long. I like to know that you're going to at
Yeah.
least be available for the full season.
Right.
As much as one can know these things.
And that's the thing. It's like, we don't know, like, he's not injured or anything, but we know that this suspension is looming. And like we said, we don't want to waste a high pick on him. So
Yeah.
moving on.
So this one, I feel like both of my next ones are a little bit personal. So Garrett Wilson, I was high on Garrett Wilson. Like, I drafted him when he was a rookie, and
Yeah.
he did okay. He was, like, pretty up and down, but, like, for a rookie, I was like, okay, I like this guy.
Mhm.
So then when Aaron Rodgers became the quarterback for the Jets, I was like, Garrett Wilson is about to go fucking nuts. So
Okay.
because he had a good quarterback throwing to
Right.
him. That wasn't really the case. He wasn't, like, very consistent.
Yeah.
So he's just been on and off for me in general. And then, as I said last week, I just simply do not believe in Justin Fields. I don't believe
Mhm.
that Justin Fields can really give him that star power because,
Right.
like, you need a good quarterback and wide receiver combo in order to get really high points consistently. I just don't think that Justin Fields is the fucking one, y'all. I
Right.
don't think it's going to be a high-powered offense. I'm just not in on him, especially early. Like, if he
Yeah.
falls a couple rounds, maybe perhaps we'll revisit,
Mhm.
but especially in the beginning.
If anything, he could be great on your bench, babe. Okay. So my next pick is very personal, and that is Mark Andrews. Last year, when the Ravens were playing the Bills in that playoff game, I was rooting for the Ravens. Dare I say it? I am a Lamar truther. And I know last week we were really giving Josh Allen his flowers, as he deserves. But I was kind of the one, I was like, this Ravens team, they're inevitable. They could do the damn thing. Well, here comes Mark Andrews in the fucking game of their lives and drops the ball on the 2-point conversion, essentially ending Baltimore's season. And you know what? I could like give him a little bit and be like, yeah, it was cold, it was snowy, what have you. But you play in Baltimore, babe. It gets cold there. And I am never one to be like, oh, weather conditions, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. This guy, he just has always seemed bad to me. I don't want him. And to be quite honest with you, Zay Flowers is gonna be the one, babe. Like, leave Mark Andrews
Yeah.
alone.
So, I mean, Mark Andrews is one of the tight ends for Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have another tight end, Isaiah Likely, who was
Mm,
getting some touches last year as well. And Mark Andrews is getting old.
yeah.
I'm kind of out on Mark Andrews in general as well, just because they do have like a clear number two who gets touches. Although
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Likely did get injured in the preseason, but he should be good for
Okay,
most
good.
of the regular season, I believe. But yeah, he's an aging tight end. There are so many other good tight ends available. You do not need to pick Mark Andrews. So I'm with you on that as well. I've actually been avoiding Mark Andrews for a couple of years now,
Bye, babe. Yeah,
simply
you freaking
because
suck.
of the age.
Ugh, and
But
that
I can
game
see where that is personal to you because
ugh,
that was important.
that game was so good too, and then, like, just to lose on such silly dropping the ball, like, not only did you drop the ball figuratively, you literally dropped the fucking ball, so
And like your job is ball. So
ugh,
that's just like confusing to me, you know?
literally, your job is ball.
I might be simplifying it, but A plus
No.
B equals C. So what the fuck is this type
Yeah,
deal?
exactly.
Okay, moving on to my next pick, and this one is also personal to me, and
Mm.
it is George Pickens. I know George Pickens is your fucking
I
king.
love George Pickens.
So he is now a wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. He
Mhm,
was previously a wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So last year I did draft this fucking diva.
mhm,
And I did so because they had Russell Wilson as their quarterback, which was a definite upgrade from their previous quarterbacks. And George
yes.
Pickens is the deep threat wide receiver. So he's the
Hundo
one
P.
who's going to go long and catch the really long passes. And I was like, Russell Wilson, George, like, this is going to be great for
Like, he
me.
got a good quarterback that can get him the ball in those tight pockets.
Exactly, because that's something he was missing his other years on the
Mhm.
Steelers. So that did in fact happen. There were many a great play that occurred.
Yeah.
It's just that George Pickens decided to like push people after the play and like punch people's helmets
He
and
picked up
like
wrestling as his second sport.
and throw fits and
Mhm.
just things that got him penalties that then brought that amazing great play back.
Mhm.
And so for my heart health and personal sanity,
Not the heart help.
I will not be drafting George Pickens because the way I was enraged.
Yeah. God,
Because
yeah.
it's just like, oh my God, something amazing happens and I'm celebrating and then
Right.
penalty. Actually, that play didn't count. Redo.
Mhm. The way that he, like, full on unapologetically body slams people, like,
And
what
like
even is that?
it is so funny to watch.
It's
It's
so
so
funny to
funny
watch.
to behold. It's not
Mhm.
funny when my
No.
fantasy team is counting on you.
Right, absolutely not.
Not only are you losing games for your actual real life team, imagine the thousands of fantasy teams that are suffering
Yeah.
because of you.
From a distance, George, but you're not on our teams.
No, he truly is funny, but I will
And
not.
he'll be great on the Cowboys, a team that we love watching. And honestly, I hope he brings those antics to that team.
I think it's going to be very entertaining to watch.
I agree.
Truly.
Okay, moving on. The next person I'm avoiding is Christian McCaffrey, the running back for the 49ers. This one is a tough one for me because when that man is healthy, he is damn good. Like, he won in 2023, I believe, the Offensive Player of the Year award. Like, he got Jets on his feet. Like, he is so good. However, he has a pretty problematic injury history, and it kind of started in 2020 where he suffered an ankle sprain and he only appeared in 3 games. And then 2021, he only played in 7. Then he kind of did have that bounce back in 2022, 2023. But last year, the injury bug found our poor man Christian again, and he was diagnosed with bilateral Achilles tendonitis, only allowing him to play for 4 games in his 2024 campaign. For the Christian McCaffrey truthers, it is good news that the head coach, Kyle Shanahan did go on record and say that McCaffrey is looking like himself again. So, like, that is obviously great news to hear. But for me, like, he's getting old. His injury history is a little bit scary. And so, once again, he's another player that I am not going to be taking with a higher pick. If he falls to me, like, in the 4th and 5th round, absolutely I'm taking him. But I just can't do it in the 1st or 2nd.
Yeah, I'm also there with you. Just two bitches in a room saying exactly.
Literally.
And I love that
And
for
I
us.
love that. I love that.
Yeah, no, I would also agree. Just getting older, to me, the upside doesn't really justify the injury history.
Right.
Like, I would rather bet on a new player.
100%.
That's not going to be my number one guy because I feel like it's just going to end badly. I felt the same way about him last year too. And also, the coaches love to lie. They are liars when it comes to injuries. And so I don't know if I really believe you, Kyle Shanahan. I don't know.
I don't either. So, I mean, I would love to see him be able to be in his healthiest form, but like we said, there ain't no trust there.
If there's anything that we've learned from watching sports, them Achilles ain't no fucking joke. And they love to go snap and pop real quickly. So like if you already have Achilles tendonitis,
like I'm praying for you, girl.
Even though you rested the whole year last year, now you got a weak Achilles, and I don't trust that at all.
And you're getting old, like older. And so we're in agreement. Sorry, CMC. You're just not for us.
I'm rooting for you because, like, oh my God, his like good season was truly astonishing to watch. It was beautiful. It was miraculous. It was annoying as a Packers fan.
I mean, he put on such a good season that literally last year, a bunch of people took him 1st overall because he was so good. Unfortunately, just bit them in the ass.
Yep. For sure. Okay, so my next one, and I believe the last one that we have for today, is Brian Thomas Jr. And he is the wide receiver 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I was like looking at the Fantasy Pros draft rankings, and I was like, simply no.
I
simply do not agree. He's ranked 11th overall.
Whoa, overall.
On Fantasy Pros, Fantasy Football Draft Rankings 2025. Consensus of 100 experts. Right.
Okay, they did not fucking ask us our opinion.
No. Brian Thomas Jr., he's projected to be the wide receiver 8.
Okay.
And he's ranked 11th.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying that he's like not going to be productive, whatever. 11th is crazy
11th
to me.
Crazy.
I simply do not agree with that. And I think most of it stems from like, I just don't really believe in
a Trevor Lawrence offense.
Yeah. I'm not all in, especially that early.
Especially for a wide receiver 1.
Yeah. And like, I think any wide receiver 1 that you can get on your roster is going to be good because you want someone that's going to have like a high volume of touches. Right. But they also have, and we'll discuss this later on in the episode, but they also have Travis Hunter, and he is their 1st round draft pick who is a cornerback and a wide receiver. So they have like new guys there. And I also just don't believe in the offense. I don't think the offense is going to be that productive that I would take this guy as my number 1 wide receiver. I just simply would not do that.
And I had him on my team last year, and I'm pretty sure I ended up dropping him midway through the season because he fucking sucked. So I'm also right here with you. He will not be on my team.
Apparently, he ended with good numbers from what I was looking at.
Yeah, the way I did drop him when he was like just being peak horrible, but then he did pick up. I was like, oh my God, of course.
No, like, of course that would happen to me, right?
Right. But still, though, like, I just don't trust you. And I got many opinions on Trevor Lawrence that we will hear later. But like, I don't know.
Girl, we'll have the space for that. But I simply don't believe in that.
No.
So in general, I think what we can get out of this, first of all, hold your values dear. If you don't want to draft a player simply because you don't fucking like them, I'm there. I'm with it. And guess what? You will never regret it, even if they do amazing, because you hate them in general as human beings.
I don't want to have a team full of problematic men. Like, I'm already picking men. Like, that to me is like sick and sinister.
Right.
Like, I don't need any of y'all evil.
Where are the women in the NFL?
Like, honestly, like, actually, let's speak on something true and deep here.
So obviously there's that. Hold your values dear. Draft whoever you want to draft and draft whoever you don't want to draft. Right. But also pay attention to like a team's overall offensive efficiency, the
Period.
high-powered offenses, those are the guys you want to get first. Like those are the wide receivers and running backs and quarterbacks that you want to get first.
They're the ones that's scoring points, babe.
Exactly. And then also age and injury history can definitely play a factor. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always going to be a toss-up. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. might end up being the fucking number 1 wide receiver. I don't know these things.
Right.
These are just
We don't.
predictions. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick a hill and I'm going to die on it.
Yeah, we're fucking standing on business here on the Sisterly Shove, so you can believe that.
And that's Secret Gardens.
That's the Secret Garden, y'all. And now getting into the gossip, the lore, the divisional drama.
All right. Welcome back to Divisional Dram. We are going to be covering the AFC South and the NFC West. Usually I let Emma decide which one we're doing first. We're not doing that. We're not doing that this time. No, just trust me with this. I have an order that I want to go in.
And I'm excited and I'm ready to learn. Like, I'm ready for this. I love the divisional drama segment. It is so fun. It's like there's something a little bit mixed with like the NFL and a little dash of like these people could be on reality TV. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's beautiful to me. So we're going to be starting with the AFC South.
Okay, period.
Division is not... It's
another losing one, it looks like. It's filled with hashtag losers.
So, as always, I'm going to read the 4 teams that are in the division and their record as of last season. So, the Texans last season finished 10-7. Indianapolis Colts were at 8-9. The Jacksonville Jaguars finished 4-13. And the Tennessee Titans finished 3-14.
And they really said you should take Brian, whatever his name, Jr., with the 4-13 record of last year. Yeah, that guy.
Right. Starting off with the Texans. We have talked about this man because we love him. CJ Stroud is their quarterback. CJ Stroud was the Texans' first-round pick in the 2023 NFL draft, and he was 2nd overall behind Bryce Young.
Ooh, where does Bryce Young play? And
we talked about him last week.
Yeah, he was the one that was benched. Carolina?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, dare I say learning?
Yes. Opposite of Bryce Young, he started out hot. Basically, the Texans wowed everybody because there were very little expectations on them. And then that first year that CJ Stroud played, they finished 10-7, which is the same record that they had last year. The thing is, that's the same record they had before. Right. And there were higher expectations on them last year that they didn't really quite meet. So that's why some people were like, oh, he had a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he finished with the same record, so like, whatever.
Right. And he's growing. We need to give him grace.
Their number 1 wide receiver is Nico Collins. He's like pretty popular in fantasy.
Yep.
But their deep route guy, Tank Dell, this was like so emotional last year. He got really injured the very end of the season. Yeah, he like tore up that knee.
I'm excited for him though. Like it seems like he is making like great progress and like good strides. And I know like people were like on social media were like, he's posting all this cryptic stuff on his social media. Maybe he'll be back sooner than we think. So it is good to see him in like high spirits, but like horrible, horrible injury.
Yeah, I don't think he will play most of this season.
No. And I honestly hope not. Like give him that time to heal because he's
so young.
He is. He was one, you guys, that be very proud of me that I did pick up off the waiver for my fantasy team last year.
Hell yeah. Okay, waiver wire.
Like, I was in the trenches at one point when my team was so injured. Tank Dell, rooting for you always. Can't wait for you to come back.
Yes. So this is CJ Stroud and their head coach, D'Amico Ryans. This is both of their junior years, I guess, their 3rd year. So hopefully they can improve on their record and, I mean, say fuck you to all the haters because I don't know if I necessarily agree with the whole sophomore slump allegations. I mean, technically I do because they didn't look as good as they did, but at the end of the day, they got the same results.
Yeah, and like this can be the year I think where a little bit more eyes can be on CJ because it's your 3rd year. You've been playing for a while now. You had the same record. Like, let's see now if you can kind of do something. So
yeah, I do love CJ Stroud a lot. I can really respect when a rookie comes in to a situation. I mean, there's so much more that goes on with that, right? Like,
yeah,
I think the coaches and the people around you are obviously going to contribute to a rookie's success.
Absolutely.
But I can really, really respect when a rookie comes in and can just immediately do well in the NFL because
yes,
that is such a hard thing to do.
CJ Stroud walked so Jaden Daniels could run.
Yes.
Dare I say?
Dare I fucking say, and I will say.
Yep.
And I'll beat the dead horse.
We will. And we love these two. Like, I love them. I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait for the season to be back because I can't wait to watch our Kings, our junior and our sophomores.
The Texans and the Commanders are the two teams that I really do love outside of
I do too.
obviously my own.
Yes, I agree. I'm right with you. Like, love the Packers, very excited for their season start. But like, there is something so special about watching young guys bring their teams to places that they haven't been in a long time. Like, that is so cool. I love an underdog.
Poetic. I love an underdog. Okay, so moving on, the Indianapolis Colts, another team that's plagued with, in general, quarterback problems.
Yeah.
So their two quarterbacks right now are Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. And they're duking it out for
that
who's
top
gonna
dog spot.
Yes, who's going to be the starting QB. According to the ESPN depth chart, I think it's Anthony Richardson as of now, but I think they're still, I don't know if that's necessarily set in stone yet. So you might remember this, Emma, last year, Anthony Richardson. Do you remember?
Is this when he got tired and sleepy and he had to get off the field? Yeah, he got
tired. He had a whiff.
Oh my. Yeah. That's crazy. I have never seen anything like that before.
That is not normal. So basically, I believe it was like at the end of the third quarter or something. And the Colts offense was on the field. They were going through a drive. And Anthony Richardson taps his helmet and takes himself out of the game. He sidelines himself basically. Anthony Richardson is, I would say he's one of the rushing quarterbacks. So like when in doubt, he likes to run. Yeah, he likes to run the ball. But he ran it one too many times and he was like, I'm tired. I can't do third down.
I'm tired. He's so sleepy.
That was like crazy and wild. Everybody was like,
hello.
What the fuck just happened?
Hello.
And hello. I can't. I fucking can't. But basically after that last year, he was benched the next week because the coaches were like, you can't be doing that, guy.
Right. Like,
you're supposed to be the leader out there.
Kinda did it to yourself.
No, you literally bench yourself. So guess what? You don't have to bench yourself. I will bench you for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Anthony Richardson. Silly goose moment for you.
And then Daniel Jones, the other quarterback there right now. I don't know if you remember me talking about him, Emma. He was one of the quarterbacks for the Giants a few years ago.
Sure.
But basically the last time he led a winning season was in 2022.
Okay.
And then he was injured still with the Giants in 2023 and tore his ACL. But yeah, he hasn't really been relevant since. In my brain, I thought this guy was like 35.
How old is he?
He's only 28. That's pretty young for a quarterback. I literally thought he was 35.
Sorry, Daniel Jones, you're looking old to us.
Sorry.
Gotta get on that Medicube toner pad. Get that white skin.
Medicube sponsor us.
Girl, we do have most of your products.
But yeah, so in general,
you got some interesting eggs to pick between in the quarterback realm.
And I mean, Anthony Richardson was really dealing with some, obviously the whole like sitting himself out controversy, but then also just like in general accuracy issues. He has trouble making decisions. I don't know if any of that has improved in the offseason. I don't think they're necessarily wowing anybody in the preseason right now. So
we'll see. Not excited to watch Colts games. Yeah. Can tell you that for free.
Sorry to my Colts friends. Okay. Here we are. We've
ready
arrived.
For it.
Jacksonville Jaguars. I would love to hear what you have to say about Trevor Lawrence.
I think he's bad. Point blank fucking period. I think he has not shown me anything truly special. He's kind of in the same realm that Justin Herbert is in to me. Like, I don't know. They like are such a similar player. I do think Justin Herbert is better. Like he's a much better leader for his team. Trevor Lawrence just hasn't shown me quite literally anything except his fuck ass bob.
Period.
And, like, that's really all I have to say. I don't know. Like, what year is this for him?
Maybe it's the hair. Maybe
it could be the hair. Imagine he comes in with a buzz cut. Maybe I'd have a whole different attitude about him. I don't know.
No, so true. Yeah, when was he drafted?
And he ain't done shit.
And he was the number 1 overall pick in 2021.
And like, I don't know. I'm sorry, Trevor Lawrence and Trevor Lawrence stands, but you do not move me.
Yeah, and I did look at this. Okay, so in 2022 and 2023, they were like 1 game over 500.
Okay, period.
And so things were like looking up around that time period, and then they have not been good since. And he's just another quarterback that always just tends to fall short. You're right.
And I'm sorry, those aren't my favorites. Like, show me that you're special.
Yeah. So in general, I'm not really wowed by this team, but I talked earlier about Travis Hunter. So
Yes.
he was a first round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an interesting one because he plays two positions on opposing sides of the field. So he
We love a
plays an
working man.
offensive position and a defensive position, which is
Mhm.
not
Okay.
very common.
I love that. It's giving that he's going to be athletic. He's going to stay on the field. He's going to, I don't know, like maybe he can do something for them. And I do like that. I hope for the Jaguars.
Yeah. He's been practicing in both positions. I don't know how they're going to utilize him in season because that is a lot of time and like
Right.
wear on your body to be on both sides of the ball.
Right.
So who knows how they're going to utilize him, but I'm
Mhm.
intrigued.
I'm too.
Color me intrigued.
Right. Yeah.
So I will be watching simply for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Trevor Lawrence and your fuck ass Bob, I won't be watching for you, unfortunately. I've
Yep.
fallen for this one too many a time, and I simply will not do it again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, the Titans.
I know one thing about this team.
Yes, you do, and I would love for you to share.
They got the first overall pick, Mr.
Mhm.
Cam Ward himself. I was really excited to like know this and kind of dunk on my dad and be like, yeah, I do know stuff, you bitch. Like, I do remember this. Don't even come for me because
The
I
way
do
you
know
said
this.
you bitch.
And I do talk to my dad like that, so don't even
so-
worry about me.
So true. So yeah, Cam Ward is
Mhm.
now their quarterback.
Yep.
So that's fun. I mean, this whole team is a work in progress. They were not good last
Yeah.
year. So
Who
I don't
was their quarterback last year, if I may ask?
Oh my God, Will Levis. Do you remember
cool.
the hilarious memes of that quarterback who's just throwing the weirdest shit? Or I need to look this up.
The giggles are about how he's kind of a freak.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, wait.
Do any of these look familiar to you?
That middle one is so silly. I remember the middle one.
So these are after or during he throws the worst picks in history ever. This is fucking hilarious.
That is
this top
so
picture.
funny.
So funny. He was not great.
Okay. Well, so we're really excited for Cam Ward.
I'm excited for Cam Ward. Other than
Yeah.
that, though, the team in general, I think it's a
Yeah.
rebuilding year. So
Yeah, absolutely.
not expecting that much out of them, but I'm rooting for you,
No.
Cam.
Rooting for you.
Okay, so in terms of the divisional dram for this
Let's hear it.
fuck-ass
What's the
division,
drama between these horrible teams?
to be honest, girl, this division is so mid that I'm like,
there ain't nothing.
I can't even come up with drama. I
Damn.
genuinely can't. Like the Titans are rebuilding. The rest are pretty mid besides the Texans. So like what really is the drama between them?
Right.
If anyone
The fight for last, truly.
Yeah. No, genuinely. So if anyone is an AFC South fan,
Defender.
yeah, like let us know what the drama is because I can't think of a one. So just kind of gonna skip that part on this one.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Maybe we'll just go straight into the predictions, I guess. But again, like the Texans clear number one.
Clear number one. I'll be a hater.
And then I don't really care. So yeah, what are your predictions?
Because I just truly like Trevor Lawrence is one of those baddies that just so is horrible to me. I'm going to say that they finish last. Which
Number
is
one
actually,
hater.
I feel like, so offensive to say. But
I love that. I love when you say offensive things.
I'm going to say...
It's actually my favorite and probably the reason we have a fucking podcast.
Truly, truly. So I'm going to say that my bold prediction is the Titans are going to have a crazy fucking year.
I love that, actually.
They're going to win 6 games this season. Maybe they'll even say they'll win 7. And I'm going to say it's going to be the Texans, the Titans, the Colts, and the Jaguars.
The Titans second is crazy. I love it. I love it. Let me see what Vegas has to say about this since all the bitches want to be in our comments saying what Vegas has to say.
Let's see what these gamblers have to fucking say.
Vegas says Texans, then Jaguars, then Colts, then Titans.
Okay, well, not too much of my diva, the Titans now. I'll just,
fucking much.
I'm just saying they're not finishing last. The Jaguars won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
Like what?
No, like
and I know Trevor Lawrence
not enchanted, enchanted.
And I know he got hurt, like, towards the end of the season, but he was doing so bad. Like, I don't know. I just don't trust you.
And the only reason the Colts finished that high is because they had fucking Joe Flacco, that crazy old ass man.
Period.
Who, like, is low key. Where is the fountain of youth? He knows. He fucking knows because
He's sipping on that special ass juice.
He's 40 years old and he's still slanging them things.
When you have to fucking call on Joe Flacco to save your season.
And like many a terrible team do. And he helps. And he helps.
And you know what? I love that for Joe Flacco. I don't love that for the Colts. So
genuinely,
I don't know. The Colts don't move me. The Colts think
like Anthony Richardson and Danny Dimes. Like I'm fucking out on all that. I'm out on both. I think both of them are terrible. So
I just think that Cam Ward could be our next CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels coded maybe. And like maybe he can do something. I'm not saying he's going to bring them to playoff contention, but I think they'll win more than 3 games.
Yeah,
and I think they somehow might be better than the Jaguars. So
yeah, no, I'm definitely in on that. Maybe I would go Jaguars, Titans, Colts.
Yeah.
Or am I just being a hater? You know,
I love when you're a hater. I think we should be hating more.
Yeah. The only thing that I worry about, I believe in Cam Ward. The only thing I worry about is just the system that he's going into because that is such an important thing to consider.
Yeah.
With rookie quarterbacks.
And to be quite honest with y'all, I have no idea who else is on the Titans. So is this prediction probably gonna fucking age like milk?
Calvin Ridley, does that sound familiar to you?
That does. Ridley's the last name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he is their number 1 wide receiver, I believe.
Okay.
Let me just double check this. Titans depth chart real quick.
Did you say death chart? Because they're so bad.
Depth. Oh. Depth, but like, actually, that's a great play on words, baby. Oh, okay. They have Tyler Lockett. He was on the Seahawks. Now he's a wide receiver there. And Tony Pollard is their running back.
Tony Pollard, that name also sounds okay. So the Titans are my sleeper team.
And I love that for you. No, I love this. I'm there. I can get behind that.
You never
fucking know. Genuinely.
So they're going to be the team. I'm now vowing that I will be watching many of Titans games this season. I'll keep y'all updated. I want to see my man's Cam Ward do the damn thing. So we'll see.
I love that, Emma. I love this for you.
I'm ready to embark on this journey, and whether it's going to be a waste of my time or something special, y'all will be the first to know.
Okay, so that's the AFC South in general.
Period.
Not wowing me. I'm not charmed. I'm not enchanted. But now we can move on to the NFC West, which is slightly
a
more
little bit more
interesting
fun. Yeah.
Me.
Yes.
First, we have the Los Angeles Rams at 10-7, and then we have the Seattle Seahawks also at 10-7, and then the Arizona Cardinals at 8-9, and lastly, the San Francisco 49ers at 6-11. Yeah.
This one is a little bit more of an interesting team because I do expect San Francisco to be better.
Yes, we'll get there. But we're so aligned right now. So starting off with the Los Angeles Rams. So the Rams actually won the 2022 Super Bowl. But they have suffered from what I like to call mid syndrome.
Period. Honestly, you ain't wrong.
In my opinion. But I think most of it is due to injuries. Like Stafford was injured for a couple of games, and then Cooper Kupp was injured, and then Puka Nacua was injured. Like they just deal with these offensive injuries all the time. But they do seem to like be just good enough and scrape by to get to the postseason, and then they have everybody back in the postseason. I feel like that's how it's gone the last couple of years, and this is still happening this year. So their quarterback Matt Stafford, he's been dealing with a back injury this season, and he has not practiced in the preseason, and they're kind of being cagey about this injury. It's giving me flashbacks of like last year when CMC didn't practice in the preseason, and we were like, what's going on? And then he ended up basically not playing the season at all.
Not at all.
I don't really trust that this isn't something serious.
It's giving red flags all around it.
I'm getting red flags.
And back is like a crazy one to be careful about. Like your spine obviously is back there. And like obviously.
In case you didn't know, your spine be back there.
Little bit of anatomy for you, just in case.
Anyways.
Right? So yeah, the back is scary. The spine's back there. Fucking dead.
Anyways. So yeah, he's 37 with a back injury. They're being fucking cagey about it.
Yeah.
And I don't fucking trust them.
No.
So, and even then, if your back has been bad this whole time and you haven't practiced in the preseason, like you're not going to start off strong, most likely, right?
Yep. Right.
And then their backup is Jimmy Garoppolo.
I love that last name. Oh, wait, Jimmy Garoppolo got a face card that is accepted anywhere
Yes,
I'm at.
he is famous for having a killer face card. He also hasn't really been relevant in a while. I wouldn't trust him to
Bring
necessarily
it
carry this team the way that
to
Matt
playoff
Stafford would.
contention. Sure.
Yeah, so if Matt Stafford isn't 100%, I don't know if I'm all in on said team. Which also makes me question, I love my man Puka Nacua. He is one of the wide receivers.
Yeah. I know you do love this man.
I love that man. I've had him for a couple of years. So, like, there's just something about a player that you draft multiple years in a row that you're like, that
Know
is
them
my
personally.
player. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just love him. And I don't really know if I can, that might be another one I might avoid just simply because of the circumstances.
Yeah.
And that breaks my heart.
I'm sorry for you. This is like a loss of a family member.
It really is. It really
Yeah.
is. So Matt
sorry.
Stafford, please get better and start
Yep.
practicing.
Praying for you, babe.
And like this division needs it. So
Yeah.
get your shit right.
Please.
All right, moving on to the next team, the Seattle Seahawks.
Yup.
Emma, you also know who this quarterback is.
I do. The Vikings transfer.
Yes.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. And this is a very interesting story. Sam Darnold was a first-round pick by the Jets in 2018.
I didn't even know he's been in the league for that long.
Yeah. So he started for a couple of years with the Jets. But I mean, the Jets, another famous team for drafting rookie quarterbacks and putting them in terrible situations. But since the Jets, he's bounced between a few different teams like the Panthers and the 49ers. And then by the time he got to Minnesota, he'd spent 2 years on the bench. So like backup quarterback, second string type beat. On the Vikings, he was also the second string quarterback, but their rookie that they drafted last year, JJ McCarthy, got injured in the preseason. So Sam Darnold spent the whole season starting for them because their rookie was out for the whole year. And they ended up doing amazing. They finished 14-3 last year with Sam Darnold at the helm. Is that because of their coach, their offensive coordinator, like, or was it Sam Darnold?
We're gonna find out, I think, a little bit this season.
We're gonna find out because I mean he's got the starting job somewhere else. So can he produce similarly as last year?
We'll see.
We'll see. But even though he had this 14-3 record with them last year, the Vikings still decided to let Darnold walk in free agency and stick with their rookie JJ McCarthy, which like I can see. Like you drafted JJ McCarthy for a reason, but like that's gotta hurt because what do you mean you just led them to a great season to the playoffs and then they're like, bye. Yeah.
Bye.
So that's gotta hurt for Darnold. So I mean he definitely has something to prove with
little
the
chip
Seahawks.
on his shoulder, which is a great motivator, I think.
Right. But I mean, the team looks very different from last year. They ended up with a 10-7 record last year, which was the same as the Rams. The only reason they're second is because if they have a tied record, but they've lost more divisional games, that's how they end up being ranked lower.
Okay, interesting.
In case you're wondering. So they lost more divisional games than the Rams did. And they missed the playoffs, but the team looks very, very different, obviously with their new starting QB. And then DK Metcalf was their number one wide receiver, and they lost him. Tyler Lockett, which we talked about, he also left. So very different team. And then the Arizona Cardinals. I don't hate this team, but like it's an interesting one. So they have another shorty QB.
Short Kings Unite. You know what? Come get your mans.
And he also loves to run, which for fantasy we do love a #runner #track star QB.
Period.
Because they get more rushing touchdowns and QBs also get points for rushing yards as well.
Yeah.
So, and we love that in fantasy. I've personally never bought into the Kyler Murray fantasy train. That's just
And you're not going to start today.
And I ain't going to start today, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I feel like every year there's some sort of like, I wouldn't say hype, but I feel like they're always said to do better than they actually do. Or like people love this man in fantasy and I'm just like really not there. I'm not with it. Last year they drafted a wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. in the first round. He ended up not really being that great.
Oh, really?
In terms of fantasy, like just didn't really produce like some people thought he would. I really like their tight end, Trey McBride. He actually gets a lot of targets. He's a good tight end.
Love that.
In my opinion, I've had him, I think 2 years now. But I mean, I don't really have any particularly strong feelings towards this team.
Yeah, just another one of those ones that y'all really ain't special.
Yeah, no, you're really not doing much for me.
No.
So I'm not going to spend too much time here.
No, don't have to. The next one's fun.
The next one is fun. Okay. So I do have to get on my nerd shit here for a second.
Get on your fucking nerd shit, babe.
So something you might hear in the NFL is called a Shanahan offense, a Shanahan-styled offense. Named after this coach's family. So the coach is Kyle Shanahan. I believe it was initially named after his father, Mike Shanahan.
Okay,
but
Nepo
Kyle
baby.
has really perfected this type of offense. So basically, this specific style utilizes the run game and play action passing. So play action means when the quarterback fakes like a pitch to the running back and actually turns around and throws it. Does that make sense? It's like fake, give it to the running back, but turn around and pass it. And there's also a lot of pre-snap motion and misdirection. So like before the quarterback says green teens and hot, whatever they say.
Girl, let's get you on the fucking field.
Before they snap the ball, they've got players running back and forth, confusing the defense. I like to say this is the sexiest type of offense.
Ooh.
Like it's so fun to watch. And other coaches that you might know that utilize the Shanahan offense are Sean McVay, who's the coach for the Rams, who we just talked about, Mike McDaniel, who we talked about last episode. And if we haven't talked about this coach yet, but our very own Matt LaFleur, who is the coach for the Green Bay Packers. You thought we were thirsting after Mike McDaniel.
Just wait until next week because let me tell you. Just wait. Also, that Vikings coach.
Yes, Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yes. Anyways. He is a low-key hatfish though.
And you know what? That's fine. Just keep the hat on.
Just keep the hat on.
The hat stays on and you look right.
I need to stop. And I need to stop immediately, and I need to stop objectifying these people on the internet.
They're fine with it. They're fine with it.
Whatever. So those are the other coaches that utilize the Shanahan offense because they all worked on the same staff for the Washington football team in 2013.
Wait, that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yes. So like Kyle Shanahan,
y'all can't make this up.
Sean McVay, Mike McDaniel, Matt LaFleur, they were all on the same coaching staff. So like they low-key bros, in my opinion.
They're besties. You think they got friendship bracelets or matching tattoos? I do too. New fan fiction incoming. All about these bros.
So yeah, that is a Shanahan offense. Kyle Shanahan is still the coach for the 49ers.
Love that.
Now you know what it is because the broadcasters do talk about a Shanahan offense, but
and now I'll be able to clock it.
He famously led the team to a Super Bowl against the Chiefs in 2023 with the Mr. Irrelevant of the draft, Brock Purdy.
And like not too much on my diva, Brock Purdy.
I know. And you will hear he is often called Mr. Irrelevant, which basically means he was the very last pick in the draft. The whole reason that he ended up starting, he was the third string quarterback and both of the quarterbacks ahead of him were injured. So he got the starting gig. I think it was somewhat late-ish in the season, but he played really, really well and led them all the way to the NFC Championship.
Yes.
As Mr. Irrelevant.
Period.
And then he earned the starting gig for the next year and then led them to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So, like, Mr. Irrelevant who?
Truly, like, respect on you, Brock Purdy.
I mean, the haters will say it's because he had a good team around him, which obviously...
like, he did. He had that Christian McCaffrey year. But you also, like, as a quarterback, have to know how to throw the ball. And so...
You do have to put some respect on his name. At the end of the day,
I'll give it to you.
He was in a Super Bowl. I will give it to him. But yeah, he had lots of help from famous guys, you know, George Kittle.
Yes.
Tight end. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey. We've talked about him a couple of times. And then his wide receivers, Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel.
Yeah. I love Deebo.
So, okay, wow. Super Bowl, Mr. Irrelevant. Wow, amazing success. What the happened last year? Because they finished last in this division last year.
Yeah. They got that injury bug.
Yeah, they did get the injury bug. They sure did.
Like, it's bad.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey was out the entire season, and that is the workhorse of that offense. That offense really ran through him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that was a tough blow for them last year. I mean, I guess they have CMC back this year. They don't have Deebo though.
Interesting. So
yeah. Otherwise, all the other guys like George Kittle and CMC and Ayuk are still there. We'll see. Like, will it be enough? Was it really the injury bug, or like is something else going on here?
I will give San Francisco a little bit of flowers. Like, although they were hurt, winning 6 games, let me tell you, better than the Jaguars, who only won 4. So one more
Period.
time, let me just dunk on them hoes, and then I'm moving on.
At the end of the day, I mean, better than some of the worst teams we've talked about. So,
Yeah.
I mean, still pretty bad though.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Especially coming off of a Super Bowl contending
Appearance.
season.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So, anyways, moving on to the drama between the teams in this division. I would say the major one to keep an eye on is the 49ers and the Rams. So I'm hoping the 49ers are going to be more of contenders this year now that they're healthy enough. And I just love when the two Shanahan offenses go against each other. Yes.
Yeah, that's fun. That's
because,
very fun.
like I said, Sean McVay, the coach of the Rams, he tends to run a Shanahan style offense. So
he was in that bestie circle with the bros in 2013.
Right. And then hopefully if Matt Stafford is there, fingers crossed, then those two, in my opinion, will probably be duking it out for the winner of that division.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Do you have any like major predictions for this division?
It's hard because obviously you don't want, with the like San Francisco, you don't want to think of last year. You think of the year before where they were pretty fucking good. But then you think of like last year they were hurt. And I don't know, that Christian McCaffrey like injury kind of haunts me and plagues me. Like we said, coaches they do tend to lie. So it's hard for me to put them at first. But then you have the Matthew Stafford of it all, right?
Exactly.
So I'm going to start from like 4th. I think the Cardinals will be in 4th. I think the Seattle Seahawks will be in 3rd. I'm going to give Los Angeles the 1st place title and then San Francisco in 2 is my prediction.
I think for me, I'm going to switch the 3rd and the 4th places. I'm actually going to have the Seahawks last.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm really buying what Sam Darnold is selling.
Absolutely.
Especially, and like they lost their 2 like best wide receivers. I'm not moved. So I think, and then I think the Cardinals will be like a little bit, hopefully better than they were.
Maybe we'll root for a 500 season for them.
Yeah. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. being in his 2nd season, maybe he's going to be more of a factor in that offense.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be Seahawks last, then Cardinals. And the first and 2nd spots that's super hard because if Matthew Stafford is out of commission, it's going to be Rams 2nd place for me. I don't believe in Jimmy Garoppolo enough. So yeah, hard to tell for that.
It is, but
so I don't have a solid guess right now because I need to know more about the situation. Just let me know. I'm just so excited for it to start. But yeah, that's it for Divisional Dram.
Yay. Next week.
What I'm really excited for next week.
You'll be seated for next week. We fucking promise you that. But
it might have to be a long ass episode because, do I have some shit to say?
Yeah. And we are not ones to shut the hell up, I'll tell you that much. So.
And like, I'm sorry, I'm just going to tell you right now, I may be biased. But like, is my biased opinion right?
Duh.
Maybe.
So, all right, y'all. Well, that is it for this week's episode. Next week, we will, like we have mentioned, get to the crown jewel of the divisional drama segment and talk the AFC North and the NFC North, 2 of the best divisions in football. And of course, we'll bring you back to our secret garden to talk the in-season management of your fantasy team and touch on certain areas like the waiver wire and in-season trading that may happen in your league. So stay tuned for that. New episodes drop every Wednesday morning on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at This Is Really Shove. We will talk to y'all next week.